All right, first off, we got to talk about Bungie. Man, they have been cooking with these cinematics for the trailers and teasers and stuff ever since the game launched. I am some of the best in the business. I know people are divisive when it comes to the art direction and like the overall aesthetic of this game, but this looks phenomenal to me. But with that out of the way, Marathon, Bungie, they've done two new videos today, a teaser and then a full-length Season 2 cinematic trailer. And let's just say I think people are gonna frog blast. We get to see the new character, Sentinel. We get to see what I assume is new enemies. We get to see Marsh. We get to see new equipment and guns. And overall, I'm just super excited for Season 2 now. Personally, I really like the Sentinel character aesthetic. A lot of people are saying that it's going to be a defensive type of show. We will see what happens, but, you know, Sentinel means, like, to stand and protect, like you're guarding something. So I could definitely see him as, like, a shutdown, lockdown type of character. Maybe he'll have, like, little traps and stuff like that, or, like, some type of motion sensor. I don't know. You don't really get to see too much in the trailer of, like, him or her using their abilities, but there's a lot of pouches, a lot of stuff on them. Also in the trailer, you see like other dead runners and stuff. You get to see some PvP action, some PvE action. One fire team is like getting caught with the bots, and then the other fire team, you know, they're kind of like third-partying them. But also, I think a lot of people, myself included, you know, we saw like hints and teases of like a zombie looking type of enemy coming, and like I kept saying, you know, this is like Flood 2.0. Now we know that the anomaly on Dire Marsh has some weird effects. I made a whole video on the anomaly. Basically what it does, it's like a point in the lore, and there have been cases of some like fungal activity and stuff, but we see that these aren't just like people or zombies, it's actual runners, and like the vandal that they show grows like an extra arm and stuff. And the game really does feel like it's leaning way more into the horror aesthetics. And that's something like, you have Halo, you know, you have like a sci-fi military shooter and stuff, you're fighting aliens and stuff, and then it turns into this completely new game in like the second half with the Flood. It's really a horror game, and I see that kind of happening with Marathon. A lot of people have wanted new enemies and stuff, myself included. You know, we have alien references with like the spit, you know, the compiler and whatnot. So I don't think that these are, it's not a new, not faction or like alien species or something like that, but maybe it's more to do with the anomaly, maybe controlling these bodies, or maybe it, you know, transported them into that new dimension, wherever it is, and then sent them back, and they're all crunched up and nasty. Blech. We see some more PvP action, so obviously it's not just going to be a PvE exclusive map. I know some people were saying that they thought Marsh was going to be just PvE. I think it's just more PvE oriented. I think it'll be similar to like Outposts, where you have different objectives that you can do, similar to like getting the access cards to open Pinwheel and stuff like that. I think it's going to be more like that. Like there's going to be not a gimmick, but just something added on to the regular Dire Marsh. See a couple clips with the Sentinel holding a new gun. It looks like, it definitely doesn't look like any other gun, and I highly doubt that they just put like a gun skin in there that just completely changes the gun. I think that would be silly, so I'm going to go ahead and guess it's a new gun. It looks like an SMG. Can't wait to see that in action. Maybe something that can take down those gold bully users. But by the end of the trailer, we see the Sentinel. He's fighting off more of those like weird zombie things, and then you eventually see that he succumbed to them and is underneath the water, just like how we saw the first character, the first runner. And then you see his face mask start to glitch out. What could that mean? But overall, I think they're cooking with this cinematic. I'm actually excited for Season 2. I just made my Marathon Season 1 review. Is it worth buying and playing? So if you guys are on the fence about buying the game and you've been waiting like for a whole season to see what was going to happen, or if you have been watching all the stuff about Destiny and Bungie and stuff like that, go check that video out. Personally, I think that we're going to get a full year of content. I think we get past Season 5. With this game, and I think if they're able to keep adding on to the base game and adding on like new enemies and new ways to play maps and stuff like that, changing up the meta and everything, then I think the game is going to be in a good place. I also think with them experimenting with just PvE and PvE co-op and PvP Lite, that there will be a a slow boost in the population as the seasons go on. I really don't see this game just flatlining. And I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. This season could come out and everybody's like, ugh, and then you have the whole Destiny 2 stuff happening right now, and all the players who are upset about that might not play Marathon. I don't know. But I think the game is going to continue to get better. I think they're going to continue to flesh it out and offer experiences and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens. But now I would like to know what you all think in the comments. Are you excited for Season 2? What do you think this quote-unquote new enemy could be with like the Vandal kind of glitching out? What do you think we're going to be doing on Night Marsh? Are you excited for the new shell? Let me know in the comments down below. I read all of them, even the ones that are like super mean to me or to the game. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Like the video if you're excited. Hype the video if you're on mobile. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.